radiant flooring.
Radiant heat, I happen to like quite a bit. I think it's very comfortable. I am completely 100% against ductwork in any form. I absolutely hate the introduction of ductwork into homes.
You do have ductwork in your house, as I recall.
Unfortunately, I have a house that had a gravity system and I converted it to forced air. I regret it every single day that I live in that house. I should have converted it over to a radiant system. It's so much more comfortable. It does a wonderful job at heating, and it's a very efficient system. I would love to see boilers and hydronic systems, period. No more forced air. Forced air should be yanked off the market.
Well, then what do we do in places where you have to dehumidify?
Well, that's the South.
Yeah.
Move north!
Where most of the people... Yeah, in the South we've got, radiant heat. It just doesn't move fast enough. We can have these huge temperature swings in a day, And
well, it doesn't really get cold enough for you, does it really? It gets warrant heating?
It gets chilly. I mean, actually Atlanta, where I live, is roughly equal heating. I think we have slightly higher heating degree days.
And not only that, but we already have a heater.
Yeah.
Now we're buying another heater.
Right, yeah, it's a duplicate expense, and we have to dehumidify. I mean, I've heard discussions of people doing radiant cooling, which would tend to get real clammy. We're going to get real clammy in a humid climate, which would involve dehumidification. So yeah, your expression is perfectly right. Okay, another thing we tend to agree on is heat pump water heaters.
This is ridiculous.
They are everybody's darling right now. Everybody loves these things.
So stupid.
And I mean, there are certain places. I think we were at was it Greenville? We had a long conversation with them, and they kind of admitted that they're basically a replacement product for warm climates where they're in unconditioned spaces.
Yeah.
Which is not what we're supposed to be doing. We're problem solving for bad building. This is what the product manufacturer said, is they were designed for garages in Las Vegas. This is specifically what they were designed for, was construction in Las Vegas where they put them in the garages.
And they're very efficient. They have an energy factor of
1.5, COP of 1.5.
I think they actually go up to 2.
Up to 2, except that's like at the... That was like the optimal performance setting, and he's like, yeah, but really...
And they basically, in cold weather, yeah, there's a switch. In a cold weather, they go back to a standard electric resistance heater.
And the best part is that the homeowner's got to go down when it's not working right, and turn the switch to 1.5, and then turn it all the way down when it's not, when the temperature...
I mean, this
you know what's going to happen? They're going to turn it all the way off because...
And never turn it back on.
You never turn it back on.
Right. But this leads me to my other issue is people like to buy things, and so people like to sell things. And people are selling water heaters, they're selling tankless heaters, they're selling solar heaters, they're selling heat pump heaters, and they're all pretty much irrelevant if you don't pipe the house right. If you don't design the house right to begin with, and you don't pipe the house right. But the problem is it's hard to sell piping design. That's not something people can buy. It's not bling.
But we fully agree, whether it's pumps or on demand or tankless or these ridiculous nonsense pieces of garbage.
Tell us what you really think, Michael.
That the piping is absolutely critical, and it's such an easy thing to do.
Right.
Talk to the client and say, look, mechanicals are in the center of the house.
That's it.
Yeah, the pool table goes off.
Design is the key.